Precious Metals Update 2019. First of all, let me say thank you to all of you that we deal with, and it's a privilege to work with you every day. And we'll continue to bring information that we see in the marketplace that we believe to be true. I'm going to start this year out for the next 4 weeks, starting with this week. I'm going to talk about each metal and where I see it going for the year 2019. I'm going to start with platinum that we gave a buy signal on. We saw it go across 756 an ounce. We gave a buy signal at 780s and again at 825. As I do this on the second day of January, the price of platinum is around $791. So we've seen it kind of flatten out in the last month. But we continue to believe there'll be a significant change in platinum this year going up and palladium coming down. But right now is a good time because when you look at platinum, it's 40 times more rare than gold. And we're now seeing the smart glass usage in cell phones and high definition televisions that are going to continue to drag on the supply of a metal that is extremely, extremely rare. Platinum should not be more than 10 to 20% of your precious metals allocation, not of your investment allocation, but of your precious metals allocation. We continue to see the probability that companies making catalytic converters for clean air in automobiles will now go back to platinum in the next 12 months because palladium now is at 1250, 1260 per ounce, where this is around 800 per ounce for platinum. So we do feel there's going to be a change, and it's a great time because when palladium starts down and one car company steps forward and starts converting their making of the catalytic converter to use platinum instead of palladium, they're the only two metals that can be used in the catalytic converter, but they have different melting points, which means the manufacturing capacity has to be changed to take this into account. So we do look for platinum to be a great place to have part of your metals allocation for the year. You can buy them in 1 ounce bars. You can buy them in 10 ounce bars. You can buy them, which would be a lower premium. You can buy them in 1 ounce Britannias made by the English government, or 1 ounce Canadian maple leafs made by the Canadian. You can also buy in Eagles, but the premium is ridiculous. I couldn't in my right mind recommend you buying platinum in the form of a platinum Eagle. So you just stick with the others. So what I'll do next week is I'll come in and talk about palladium and when we expect it to top out. But I want to leave just a few thoughts. Our fiscal year runs from 12/30/17 through starts on October 1st, 18 to go through 19. So here we are only 5 months, actually October, November, December, actually 3 months into it, and we're averaging $110 billion a month in deficits, which is going to make the deficit in this fiscal year, 2019, over 1.3 trillion, up close to the highest of all time. Debt is the cuss word that the United States government is dealing with, along with China, the Eurozone, and Japan. Do you realize that 80% of the debt, I saw this morning, and let me read it to you, 2/3 of the household debt, people using credit cards, is in those 4 countries. 2/3 of the debt. And then you have 80% of the corporate debt in the world is either America, China, Japan, or the Eurozone. And worst of all, the government debt is over 80%. And what we're seeing is interest rates are rising, killing the economy, but we've got to attract money or there'll be no demand for our treasury bonds. We've already seen Japan and China liquidating. This is a runaway snowball. And we're looking at the worst debt of any president in history and yet we're celebrating tax cuts that are doing nothing except bringing in less revenue and running up our expenditures astronomically. And it's not going to change. It's not going to change. I know it's crazy. I'm a supply side believer in economics, but it's not working because our government's out of control. And if you don't understand where this is going and where the dollar is going, you're going to miss it. We watched the stock market go down 7.5% last year. Gold went down 1.5%, and everybody in the world was liquidating gold to buy stocks. Think about now they're liquidating stocks to buy gold. And let me leave you with this example. Back in early November, the stock market was up 12.5%, the Dow, and equivalent for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. 12% up only 8 weeks ago. Gold was down 6%. Today, as I talk to you, gold's down 1.5% since January the 1st of 2018, and the stock market's down nearly 8%. Over 4.5 times greater loss in the stock market. And we haven't seen anything. Look at all this debt piling up and people liquidating our debt, which is going to increase interest rates, or if we don't, they're not going to keep financing our debt. And the other alternative is to print it, the Federal Reserve, and buy their own debt. So I'm telling you, it's never been a more serious problem than debt. And people act like nothing's going on. As I told you, the money managers that we deal with are very divided right now. Half of them think the stock market is going to bounce back and are telling their clients to buy in at this lower price. And others are saying, get the heck out of Dodge, cut your exposure to the stock market dramatically, and buy metals. And certainly the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. But all I can say is we'll get into economics starting in a few weeks. But for now, I wanted to bring these products to you one time, starting with platinum and then palladium, and then gold and silver. We'll finish up. And each time I will bring you any economic news that I see as an update. But just realize when trillions of dollars disappear from the stock market, it never was there. It's a mirage. It's a fiat currency. It's a bookkeeping entry. It's not real. Somebody just disappeared. It's all in anticipation of what you think something's worth, so you bid that product up, and it's not there. In closing, the last thing to say is if you're interested in an IRA, self-directed precious metals IRA, we can show you how to set that up. If you want to talk to us, we can be reached at 800-247-2812. And I'm just telling you, I'd up my allocation in metals for 2019, 10% higher than you've had them previously. So I think you're going to make that kind of money this year in the metals. But once again, we'll talk about each one. If the economy were to be slammed worldwide, certainly platinum could go down some. So I wanted to finish that up since we are going by each metal one by one. And it is a economic-driven metal, industrial-driven metal. So it's not like gold and silver in money aspects. It is an industrial metal. So anyway, hopefully if you have any questions about platinum, give us a call and we'll talk to you. If you want to know about palladium early, if you haven't, you think about selling it or trading it with platinum, give us a call at 800-247-2812. With this week's Precious Metals Market Update, this is Tom Cloud signing out.